Hi everyone, Leanne here from Jada Blossom, and it is time for the Wheelbarrow Easter Add Ons Assembly video. Hey, so I'm using the Wheelbarrow dies Easter add-ons along with our wheelbarrow die. And I put together this little wheelbarrow ahead of time. And I'm using the polka dot plaid, the candy stripe and sprinkles, and the My Happy Place from Doodlebug to assemble all of these things. I'm also using some solids from Doodlebug. So this solid here is sea glass. And then I'm using, what I did was I cut out the egg in a solid pattern, and then I cut out some patterns, and I'm going to alternate using the stripes, the dots, the waves, all the different, patterns on the egg. And I'll split them up between two eggs, and then I'll have, two different pattern eggs. You know what I mean? So that's what I'm doing here. So super cute. I do use some Nuvo glue, and I do weight it down in between. And I did cut out a lot of eggs from Paper Tray white cardstock. And I used, like I said, all those patterns from Doodlebug as well. And that's candy stripe and sprinkles for the yellow here. And like I said, using reverse tweezers to pick things up. And some glue. And I do weight it down with an acrylic block in between. There we go. And this is candy stripe and sprinkles on the white cardstock again. There we go. I do weight it down. And then the yellow here is Doodlebug Sunflower. And then I'll add the candy stripe and sprinkles in this kind of tealish color. There we go. There's another egg. And I do weight it down. Like I said, you only need 5 of these eggs for my wheelbarrow. Now my wheelbarrow was cut out using my Happy Place for the pattern on the bucket of the wheelbarrow. And then I used Gmund Tindalo Woodgrain cardstock. It's just a wood grain kraft cardstock. For the wood handle, I used Paper Tray black cardstock and Recollections silver foil cardstock. For the rest of it. I did use Festive Berries Distress Ink to go around the bucket of the wheelbarrow, and I used ground espresso to go around the wood handle. So that's all. I just did that ahead of time because I have a video of putting together the wheelbarrow, so I figured you didn't want to watch me put that together again. So there we go. So like always, I used my Anna Griffin Empress machine to do my die cutting using some Nuvo glue, reverse tweezers, working on my Stampin' Up pad. So there we go. And I'm just adding in all of the stripes and bright colors, which is lots of fun. And, and I'll keep working on this. Now, obviously, I didn't have to do as many as this. I only needed 5. You could also cut each pattern out twice and use a base egg and fill in both so you have like stitching on everything. You could do that as well. But I chose to use a solid behind it just to save myself some time. Now that's raspberry cardstock from Doodlebug, and then the candy stripe and sprinkles again. And then I'm going to do the same thing, putting this together. Now I'm loving Jada Blossom's new release. I love these wheelbarrow add-ons. I think they're so cute. They are great because you can decorate them for the seasons. They take up a lot of space on an A2 size card front. So, lots of fun stuff. So, and I love die cutting. I really do. So it's lots of fun to do that. So there we go. And I've got a few more little eggs to put together, and then I can put together the rest. There you have it. So I've got the green as grasshopper green. Or, sorry, is that limeade? No, that's, that's limeade, I believe. And then I'm using the candy stripe and sprinkles again for the pattern. And sticking that down. So kind of fun stuff. And then I believe this is the last pattern egg I have to put together. And then I will be done this part, and I can assemble my little wheelbarrow full of eggs for you. So like I said, totally love my wheelbarrow dies. I think they're so fun. And you can fill them up with whatever the heck you want, right? Now the nice thing about these dies too is that all the little items that go in the wheelbarrows you could use on your cards by themselves. You don't have to put them in the wheelbarrow at all. You could have a pile of eggs on your card. You could have a bunch of carrots on your card. You know, whatever you like. So there we go. And then I'm going to add the 3 dots. I will use my Studio Catty embellishment wand to pick those up. And there we go. And I'll stick that down. Now I do trim off that little dirt piece for the eggs because there's a tab there for the eggs. And then I'm going to stick down those eggs. I do pull in some white pigment ink. I kind of think of it at the end there, just to define around each egg. It's not a necessity, but I think that it looks pretty cute all together. So there we go. And like I said, I will pull out my Close to My Heart white pigment ink. It's called White Daisy, but any white pigment ink will do. And I'll run it around using this little sponge dauber. And, you know, like I said before, you don't have to do this. I just find that sometimes a little bit of a highlight around your images can really make a difference. So that's why I'm inking around the edges, but not a necessity, right? And there you have it. So just a quick inking, and then I will get to building my little wheelbarrow full of eggs in just a couple of seconds. You don't have to ink all the way around the, the white eggs so much, just around where the color touches the white eggs, correct? So, to give it a little bit of, a white highlight around the edge. There we go. And we'll get all that done. I loved using the polka dot plaid from Doodlebug for these plaid eggs. I just think it looks so pretty. A little, a whole wheelbarrow full of those would have looked great too. And there we go. So now I'm going to put them together. I do start with the top egg here, and I'm going to add my little purple plaid from polka dot plaid from Doodlebug. And then I'll add this one with paper tray ink and candy stripe and sprinkles in the teal. And then I'll add this yellow plaid from the polka dot plaid from Doodlebug. I really like to use reverse tweezers to get my fingers out of the way. I find that I have the hardest time grabbing things with my fingers, especially when I'm gluing. This one is sea glass from Doodlebug with the candy stripe and sprinkles. And then this one is raspberry with the candy stripe and sprinkles from Doodlebug. And then all you do is you add it to your wheelbarrow. So fun and games, lots of other eggs that you could use on cards. Next, we'll put together this little group of carrots. I first cut it out of pumpkin cardstock from Doodlebug. And then I cut some of the carrots out of mandarin. It's a little bit lighter. And then I'm just going to add those on top. So sort of like the carrots that are behind are darker and the ones in the front are lighter. So I'm just going to line those all up with my reverse tweezers. I did cut out the stems from paper tray ink, new leaf cardstock, and grasshopper cardstock from Doodlebug. Now this is paper tray ink dark chocolate for the dirt. So I'm just gonna run that along where the carrots are. You can use the dirt that goes in the actual wheelbarrow to go in the background of these carrots, which I do for the pictures, so check that out. I used American Crafts brown cardstock, a light brown, to go behind them. So now I'm just going to, alternate the Doodlebug cardstock and the paper tray ink because it is textures versus smooth. You don't have to do that, it doesn't really matter, but I thought, why not, right? So I'm just going to add in my little stems, and then you've got a great bunch of carrots, or you could build the carrots just alone that you could use on your card. And there they are in this wheelbarrow without the dirt behind them, right? Remember, the pictures will have the dirt behind them. Now these are my little carrots. I cut these out of new leaf cardstock from paper tray ink and the pumpkin cardstock from Doodlebug. And that's all. I didn't cut the tops at all because the tops are already attached to the whole piece. So I didn't bother cutting them again. And there we go. And so you'll have 3 quick carrots in no time. And you could use those on your cards too. There we go. So, and then you can see the lighter brown behind the carrots in this picture. So thank you so much for stopping by. Be sure to hop on over to the Jaded Blossom blog, Be Inspired by the Team, the Jaded Blossom store to get your hands on these products. And thank you as always for watching my videos. I really appreciate it. Come back tomorrow. Bye, everybody.